Delicate balance lies is that on the weekends you pay extra for water. So it's Friday today. So I texted him yesterday asking for water today, and then he texted me first thing this morning saying he's actually working normal hours on Saturday, and do we want water on Saturday instead of Friday? So when I talk about getting water delivered, this is what it looks like. This is a big hole for clean out. This is where water gets delivered to. So we have to make sure, oh, I gotta move that this is clear, plowed, etc. For the water delivery guy, because it's a big truck. So open her up. Try not to drop things in like my phone, that would really suck. And then we get the dipstick. It has markings on it that are, you know, fading, but she pretty empty, friends. This is not a one-handed job. Okay, where are we at here? So we need to have under a foot of water, but at about 6 inches is where our pump turns off because of pressure. So the markings are completely worn off here, but I'm gonna say that's a foot, so we're just over a foot. So I think we don't need water today, but tomorrow. So I said I would dip the tank and let him know. Sometimes though, if it was today, I would be like, everybody would get a bath. Everybody, I'd be washing all the laundry, washing sheets, filling cow troughs, because currently we fill the cow troughs out of this water. And, but yeah. And with what it costs, and for how much water it is, let's see, what is it? It's $175 Canadian, so that's under $150 American. Depending on what we're doing with water, it lasts us up to a month or as little as 2 weeks. So some people are like, wow, that's a lot for water. But understand, where we live, we have very hard water. So if you're not paying for water, you're replacing toilets and coffee makers and washing machines and dishwashers and all these things. Your clothes are ruined, your sheets run threadbare really easily. So you pay in one way or you pay in another. And to put in a well is like, you're accounting for easily $20,000, and you could get a dry hole or bad water and you still pay $20,000. So now to round this kid back up inside and go can beets. Hey, Amos Moses, are you looking at the chickens? You're ignoring me. Oh, hello, Sky Blue. I'm not ignoring you. Yeah. Hi, pup. Wanna go inside? No? I think I've showed you this before, but this is how my mother-in-law taught me to make buns. I'm gonna move it so there's space in front of me here. Okay, so your dough, you need to have an unfloured counter, and your dough is a little sticky. Perfect bun. So the trick here is you have your fingers, I'm exaggerating it, kind of like this, so that you're holding it. If your dough is a little too dry, just a second, Amos. There you go, bud. Oh, you just want to close it now, I bet. Okay, so if your dough doesn't want to catch, like if your counter's a bit floured or your dough is a bit too dry, you can also like push pressure with your palm. But basically you're doing there and you get a nice tight little bun. And if you're real good, 2 at a time. This is a workout. I have my cooked and cooled beets that I'm working on peeling and slicing, and Amos just loves eating beets. He's just taking slices and eating them. He's got himself a plate. He's eating away. No, that's enough, bud. Finish what you have and then you can have more. You still have some on your plate. I'm okay, thanks. Oh, there's some cows. So friends, my Genomics testing came in. It's very hard to make decisions. I basically had to pick like one from each age group to keep. So, thankfully, one of my favorites, Esther, who's that gray one, who's 9 months old, she's going to one of Marius's cousins, which I'm super excited about because I really love her, but I had to just pick one, right? From that age group, and there's 3 in that young age group. So we are keeping Clover and Jessa because they're in milk, and I don't want to not have 2 cows in milk. To be honest, we're not keeping Clover long term because of the health issues she's had. We also feel torn about selling a cow who has health issues. So our rough plan is that we will give her to a friend who has milk cow experience, has the knowledge and resources to treat her if needed, and that they're happy to just like have a free cow and it, give them milk for as long as it gives them milk. So we actually have a few friends like this. So we'll see what we decide there. We're not doing anything before she calves. And with Jessa's Klebsiella, although I'm very hopeful that we're going to get rid of it, it could very much end her productive life sooner rather than later. So originally we were only going to keep 4. But with those 2 cows being like so-so, we felt it prudent to keep 5. So we are keeping Clover and Jessa. We're keeping Star, who's Jessa's calf that we have raised from. She was born here. And she's bred to milking shorthorn. She's due in March. Marius really wanted to keep her, and then she scored like almost top of the charts, and he was like, yep, for sure we are keeping her. And then we are keeping Mabel. So Mabel and Rosemary. There's Rosemary, Jersey Swiss. Mabel was my favorite already. So in a couple things, Mabel scored higher. So I was like, okay, I wanted her anyway. So this, just confirms that.
What about your father?
And then Olive, who's the bottle baby still, who's walking towards us, we're keeping her. And honestly, a big reason why we're keeping her is because she's so much younger and it'll be so much longer till she's bred, and we don't want to have so many cows bred at one time. So that's the 5 we're keeping, which leaves us selling Esther, Rosie, and Rosemary. So Esther is already sold. It's just Rosie and Rosemary. And we are going to be very picky about who we sell them to because they're heifers and they're untrained, and I'm not keeping them till they're milking and training them and selling them. So selling an untrained cow to someone who's never had a milk cow is kind of just asking for someone to have a bad taste in their mouth about a cow, or the cow to be done injustice, and we just don't really want to do that. So to go over them with you, Star is in the front here, so we're keeping Star.
She has that white patch.
Yeah, Star has that white patch and she has horns. And then Jessa, Clover. We were already keeping Jessa. Like Marius already told me we're keeping Jessa. That's non-negotiable. And then Jessa scored super high. So it was like, well, that made that decision super easy. Hi, my girl. Yeah. And then that's Rosemary there. So Rosemary we're selling. And I don't know where the other ones are.
And guess what? Jessa's so good.
Oh, and she's waiting for her bottle. Jessa's so good, isn't she? I don't know where the other ones are. If I see them, I will find them for you.
She's so
It is only 1 degree Celsius, 32 Fahrenheit this morning, by the way, hence the hat. Also, my hand is very cold holding this phone. Mac told me yesterday morning because it was 0, which is 30 Fahrenheit. So they had trouble with the pulsator because something was frozen up in it, but then they got it going. And then he said washing, he was like, Mom, it was so cold washing the machine out there. So I think we're gonna need to like a pair of gloves that you wear for washing the machine, like big insulated rubber gloves or something, because yeah. It was a honey extracting day, a very poor harvest. We only had 13 frames of honey to extract, which kind of sucked, but it is what it is. We ended up getting about 40 pounds of honey. So this is taking the caps off. It's so that the honey will even come out. We haven't really figured out how to do this properly. This is Marius' brother trying his hand at doing it. And there you go. So this is the extractor. We bought it used and it fits 3 frames. They go in there and they spin, and then we flip them around the other direction so that the other side of the frame is facing out and spin it around. So here we all are in progress, and it's very messy and everything is sticky, and I was very thankful that his brother wanted to come and help because I didn't really have to deal with any of the sticky stuff. So lucky me. I just had to clean up afterwards, which wasn't as bad as I thought it'd be. The bees were really funny this year, and the frames were all really uneven, and that made for a very unbalanced spinning of honey. Since they're busy with that, I'm busy canning this apple cider base that we're making from little apples we juiced, and everybody's having a busy day.
Collect them down there right now?
No, just don't do any more on throwing
Where
up.
do we throw them?
Collect them in the crate or something.
Let me just finish these.
Throw them in the crate?
These are nice cobs of corn.
What are we doing with them?
These ones are to get frozen or freeze dried. I saved a bunch for us to just eat too.
Mom, can I see a whole corn?
You just want to eat a whole corn?
What's for dinner tonight?
I don't know. Should we have corn?
Yes.
Ooh, let's try and pop some.
It's not the right type of corn.
Are you sure we could try?
Oh, I'm gonna.
Couldn't we try?
Rowan, no, they go
No,
in
they
there.
got. No, Ham, it's the wrong type. We went to check out a neighbor and their beautiful gardens. This here's like outside of their garden where they kind of do some cover crops and some expansive squashes that get buried in things. But the rest of their garden is absolutely beautiful. They, the kids all got their own little can of pop, and they were quite pleased about that. And this whole garden is just gorgeous. I love it. It feels magical. It feels like you're walking through an enchanted garden. Now for this next part coming up, you might need to turn your sound down. I promise it's not too loud, but they have a very creative drum set at their house. So watch and see.
Okay, everybody stop. Now, let's see if you can do just on one of them. Like that.
Amos, are you gonna play?
Let's go, Amos. Come on, Amos. This is for Amos. Yeah, put it in. Let Amos in it now. Can you grab it?
Wow, look at that beet.
Oh, wow.
Can I see it for you?
How am I more?
That's like a size 9 shoe beet.
Stop, don't pull anything.
Not quite. 7 or 8.
You want to pull one? Sure. Yeah, I have to have a photo or two for my niece and these are only 50 people, even though lots of people go.
Okay. Oh, Rowan, just wait, okay? Here. Pull this one here. Can you pull this one? See where my hand is? Pull this one. Pull this one. Pull this one.
Put all the plates down here.
You got it.
We'll do it when we take it to the TV. You watching a TV show?
Yeah.
Whoops, right on your bum. Good thing you
Whoop,
got it, hey?
there she goes.